Hello students, today we are going to start new chapter of plus 1 biology, locomotion and movement. Locomotion and movement. We know that every organism show movement in their body posture as well as they change from one place to another, that is called locomotion. Change place, that is called locomotion, and they show any change in body position, that is called movement. For example, what is movement? Movement is the change in body posture, or we can say that change in body position. It is the change in body position, or we also can say that it is a change in body posture, that is called movement. Every organism will show movement, such like as in human being there are two types of movement. Some movement which can be seen by the external parts and some internal part. So the movement in human being on the basis of organs represent मतलब ऑर्गन जो मूवमेंट रिप्रेजेंट करते हैं उस बेस पे जो मूवमेंट होती है वो दो प्रकार की है, इंटरनल ऑर्गन की मूवमेंट और एक्सटर्नल ऑर्गन की मूवमेंट। एक्सटर्नल मूवमेंट this is the movement which can be shown by the limbs, jaws and trunk, as well as we can say that head. This is the movement shown by limbs, trunk, head and jaws. This type of movement maintain the equilibrium. This type of movement maintain the equilibrium of the body. Some movement which is shown by the heads, by the limbs as well as hands, we can say that for capturing the food, maintain the equilibrium of the body or capturing the food. This is the movement which is shown by the external organs, and second type of movement is internal movement. The movement which is shown inside the body, which is represented inside the body, such like as pumping of heart. When we engulf food, this food in esophagus or food pipe moves by the peristalsis movement. The movement which represent inside the body, that is called internal movement. For example, pumping of heart to circulate the blood, in our body, such like as while we engulf food, this food in food pipe show peristalsis movement. This food show the peristalsis movement. In our food pipe. Means, what is movement? Movement is the change in body position, or we can say that it is the change in body posture. The movement which is shown by the different organs, that is two types: external movement and internal movement. The external movement which is shown outside the body, such like as movements of limbs, head, trunk, jaws, tongue. This is the external movement. Inside movement means internal movement, the movement which is shown by the organs inside the body, that is called internal movement. Such like as pumping of heart, the blood circulates from all over the body, from heart to all over the body. And such like as while we engulf the food, this food moves in food pipe by the peristalsis movement. Otherwise, we can say that in human body there are three types of movement. In human being, three types of movement, which are amoeboid movement, or we can say that pseudopodial movement. Amoeboid or pseudopodial movement. Ciliated movement. And muscular movement. These are the three types of movement which is present in human body. First one we discussed on amoeboid or pseudopodial movement. Amoeboid movement. In human body, we know that the WBC, white blood cells, moves from one place to another place by the such like as amoeboid movement. They can change their shape while they move from one place to another place or through some membranes. They can squeeze through thin pores and change their shape. They may be irregular in shape. So WBC movement is known as amoeboid movement. In human body, the WBC, white blood cells, show amoeboid or pseudopodial. Pseudo means false and podial means fit. They can change their shape. They have irregular in shape. Pseudopodial movement. This is because these cells are irregular in shape. They can move from one place to another place through a thin pore. एक स्मॉल फाइन पोर जो प्रेजेंट होता है, टाइनी पोर जो प्रेजेंट है, उसके में से भी ये पास आउट हो जाते हैं. कारण they can change their shape. They squeeze from the tiny pores. These cells squeezed through the tiny pores and move from one place to another. Clear? This type of movement is called amoeboid movement, and the movement which is shown by the WBC, they can squeeze through the tiny pores, that is called diapedesis. WBCs show diapedesis. What do you mean by diapedesis? The movement which can be passed out, the cells which can be passed out through the tiny pores are very small, but the cell size is large. These large cells change their shape and move through these pores. That movement is called biopedesis. This is the amoeboid movement. And second is ciliated movement. Ciliated movement in body parts. There are some cilia present, some fine hairs present in our body parts, such like as intestine. And in these intestine, the tiny pores, tiny hair-like structures, they help in to move the food, and this is called ciliated movement. In some human being, internal organ contains fine hair-like structure. Fine hair-like structures. These fine hair-like structures are called cilia. These are called cilia. These cilia are present in nasal passage as well as in our intestine. The cilia in intestine help to move the food. So it is called ciliated movement. And third one is muscular movement. The movement which is represented by the muscles. The movement which represent by the muscles. Those movements are called muscular movement. Those movements are called muscular movement. So we have seen that there are three types of movements present in the human body. But one more muscles can be seen, one more movement can be seen in human body, such like as ciliated, large hair-like structures which are called flagella. In human being, spermatozoa show flagellated movement. Large hair-like structure. Large hair-like structures are called flagella, and the movement in spermatozoa, which can be represented by the flagellated movement. The spermatozoa contains flagella. So we can say that spermatozoa represented by flagellated movement. Flagellated movement. We have seen that only movement, the change in body postures, no change in place. Movement is represent only change in body postures, but locomotion, the next topic is locomotion. What is locomotion? Change in place means any organism which change its place from, it means that move from one place to another place. If any animal change the place, that is called locomotion, and change in body posture, that is called movement. For example, we are moving a hand, this is the movement. But while we fold our legs and change one place to another, that is called locomotion. Next is locomotion. Change in place any animal when it change one place to another, that is called locomotion. But while locomotion they show movement also. But while any animals show locomotion, they also show movement. We stand it at one place and moving our hands, moving our tongues, rolling our tongues. This is the movement only. But while we fold our legs and we move from one place to another, but the movement can be take also place and locomotion. So we can say that all locomotion show movement, but all movement don't show locomotion. So on this base, we can say that all locomotion show movement, but all movements don't contain locomotion. Clear? The next one is why there is need to locomote. अब locomotion करने की जरूरत क्यों होती है? Animals change their place for procuring the food, for mates, for shelter, and for defense itself from predators. Needs of locomotion. For procuring the food, or we can say searching of food, for habitat, or we can say that shelter, for their mates, from protect themselves from predators. And fifth one is for migration. Why they migrate? For example, if there is adverse condition occurring in their native place, they can move their suitable place, and when the same condition will return at their native place, they move at the same native place. That is called migration. So next topic is what is muscle and where the muscles are produced. Muscles. We know that human being is a triploblastic organism. It means the germ cell covered 3 layers: ectoderm, mesoderm, endoderm. Human being is triploblastic. The germ cell covered with three layers. These three layers are ectoderm, mesoderm, and endoderm. The muscles always present in the middle layer, that is in mesoderms. The muscles are produced in mesoderm. In mesoderm, there are special cells which produce muscles. Those cells are called myocyte cells. In mesoderm, the special cell which produce muscles, those cells are called myocyte cells. The muscles are attached with each other by the connective tissue, so we can say that muscles, that is a muscular tissue. The muscles are attached with each other by connective tissue. That makes the muscular tissue. Means muscles are attached with the connective tissue and they make the muscular tissue. In human being, there are 639 muscles, which makes the 40 to 50% body weight. The largest muscle in human being is called gluteus maximus. The largest muscle in human being is called gluteus maximus. That is present in buttock. That is present in buttock. And the smallest muscle, that is called stapedius, which is found in middle ear. The smallest muscle is stapedius, or we can say the steps. That is present in middle ear. Ear contains 3 ear ossicles, malleus, incus, steps, and this is the steps, the smallest muscle which is present in middle ear. Clear? These are the muscles. In the next part we will discuss on structure of the muscle.